Days of Our Lives, Rafe's demands unsettle EJ, and Stephanie agrees to a New Year's Eve date. The fictional town of Salem, the heart of NBC's beloved soap opera Days of Our Lives, continues to sizzle with intrigue, romance, and high-stakes drama. In recent episodes, tensions have escalated between Rafe Hernandez and EJ DiMera, while Stephanie Johnson navigates the complexities of her budding romantic life. This week, Rafe's bold demands left EJ rattled, and Stephanie found herself saying yes to a New Year's Eve date that could change her life. Let's delve into the twists and turns of this captivating storyline. Rafe's bold move. Rafe Hernandez, the steadfast Salem police commissioner, is no stranger to confrontation. Known for his unshakable moral compass, Rafe has often found himself at odds with EJ DiMera, the cunning and ruthless businessman who's always playing chess while others play checkers. Their rivalry took a sharp turn this week when Rafe confronted EJ at DiMera Enterprises over allegations of corruption and manipulation. "You've crossed the line for the last time, EJ," Rafe declared, his voice firm and unyielding. The confrontation took place in EJ's sleek office, the walls adorned with dark mahogany panels and art that screamed affluence. Rafe's demand was simple but audacious: EJ must relinquish control of a lucrative DiMera Enterprises project suspected of being a front for illegal activities. EJ, never one to back down, responded with his trademark smirk. "You're barking up the wrong tree, Commissioner. I don't take orders from anyone, especially not you." The tension was palpable as the two alpha males squared off, each unwilling to give an inch. However, Rafe's determination seemed to unsettle EJ, planting a seed of doubt. Could the normally unflappable EJ be losing his grip on the situation? EJ's inner turmoil. EJ DiMera is a character of complexity. Beneath his suave exterior lies a man haunted by his past and desperate to maintain control over his present. Rafe's accusations and demands hit a nerve, forcing EJ to confront the growing instability within his empire. For EJ, losing control is not an option, but Rafe's persistence makes him question whether he's underestimated his adversary. Adding to EJ's turmoil is his complicated relationship with Nicole Walker, who has been growing increasingly wary of his tactics. Nicole, ever the voice of reason, urged EJ to reconsider his approach. "You're playing a dangerous game, EJ. Maybe it's time to rethink your strategy." EJ's response was characteristically defiant. "If I start second-guessing myself now, it's over. I won't let Rafe or anyone else dictate how I run my life." Yet, Nicole's words seemed to linger, a rare moment of vulnerability for the otherwise unyielding DiMera scion. Stephanie's romantic quandary. Meanwhile, across town, Stephanie Johnson found herself in a situation far removed from corporate power plays but equally fraught with emotional stakes. Stephanie, a strong and independent PR professional, has been juggling her career and personal life with remarkable finesse. However, her growing connection with Alex Kyriakis has added a layer of complexity to her life. Alex, the charming yet impulsive Kyriakis heir, has been relentless in his pursuit of Stephanie. His grand gestures and undeniable charisma have made it difficult for her to resist. Yet, Stephanie's hesitations stem from her past heartbreaks and a desire to prioritize her own goals. This week, Alex took a bold step, asking Stephanie to join him for a New Year's Eve celebration. The setting was picture-perfect, a cozy cafe adorned with twinkling fairy lights, a soft snowfall visible through the window. Alex, ever the romantic, presented Stephanie with a handwritten note instead of his usual bravado. "Stephanie," the note read, "I know life has thrown us curveballs, but there's no one else I'd rather ring in the new year with. Say yes, and let's see where this takes us." Stephanie's initial reaction was guarded, her practical side battling with her heart. But as she gazed into Alex's earnest eyes, she found herself saying yes, albeit with a caveat: "Okay, Alex, I'll go. But let's take it one step at a time." The implications. Rafe's demands and Stephanie's date agreement may seem like separate storylines, but in the interconnected world of days of our lives, every decision ripples through the fabric of Salem. Rafe's challenge to EJ could have far-reaching consequences, potentially exposing secrets that could shake DiMera Enterprises to its core. Similarly, Stephanie's choice to open her heart to Alex could lead to new beginnings or unforeseen complications. As the new year approaches, Salem's residents find themselves at pivotal crossroads. For Rafe, it's a battle for justice. For EJ, it's a fight to maintain his empire. And for Stephanie, it's a leap of faith in the name of love. The stage is set for drama, romance, and revelations that will keep fans glued to their screens. What's next? In true Days of Our Lives fashion, the resolutions to these storylines promise to be anything but straightforward. Will Rafe's determination lead to victory, or will EJ find a way to outmaneuver him once again? Can Stephanie and Alex build a genuine connection, or will their differences prove insurmountable? One thing is certain, Salem's residents are in for a roller coaster of emotions, and fans wouldn't have it any other way. As we bid farewell to 2023 and welcome 2024, the drama in Salem is just heating up. Stay tuned for more twists, turns, and unforgettable moments in the lives of these beloved characters. Rafe's demands unsettle EJ, and Stephanie agrees to a New Year's Eve date. Steve rushes off for Black Patch business as Stephanie comes to her parents' place with Christmas presents. Alone with Kayla, Stephanie confides that she's upset over Alex having a fling with Joy. She knows she should be okay with him moving on, though, especially since she just kissed Philip. When Kayla asks, Stephanie insists she and Philip are not getting back together. It was one kiss that they didn't even talk about. Kayla hopes she remembers why it didn't work out between them before. He didn't protect her during the Kiriaki/DiMera feud that almost got her killed. Stephanie promises that history won't repeat itself. Upon bumping into Philip in the square, Alex tersely congratulates him for being awarded half of Titan. Philip knows Alex was Team Xander and informs him that his statement on Xander's behalf was thrown out. Alex thinks the judgment was the best outcome and hopes Philip and Xander can put aside their differences for the good of Titan. Maybe the two of them can do the same. Philip isn't so sure since he and Stephanie kissed. Alex bristles but assures him it's all good. Stephanie can date whomever she wants. Philip clarifies they're not dating yet, but she does seem really interested after that kiss. Good for you, Alex says with controlled disdain and wishes them nothing but the best. In the square, Alex confronts Philip. Stephanie joins the Kiriakis' cousins as Alex assures Philip there are no hard feelings between them. After Alex leaves, Philip apologizes to Stephanie. He hopes he wasn't too forward when he kissed her. She coyly points out she kissed him back. Philip suggests they see where things go between them. Perhaps a New Year's Eve date? Stephanie accepts. Paulina surprises Jada in her office to congratulate her on bringing in Hattie. Jada admits that Rafe got to her first, and then she lawyered up before they could question her about the poisoned cupcakes. Paulina orders her to control her fiancé. Jada is not comfortable with that concept. Relenting, Paulina suggests she offer Rafe more money to join the force. Jada reminds her Rafe didn't quit because of money, and he seems to really love his new job. Before she leaves, Paulina advises Jada to get to the bottom of the cupcakes. She doesn't want to have to make another commissioner change. An annoyed EJ opens the DiMera mansion door to a casually dressed Rafe. Dog tags hang from his neck as he strolls in and pours himself a drink. Upon EJ's outrage over Rafe's behavior, the man says, "I'm not Rafe Hernandez. He's Arnold Feniger and he's run out of money playing dead in Argentina. Therefore, he's back to make a withdrawal from the Bank of DiMera." The men rehash how EJ paid Arnold an exorbitant amount of money to become Rafe and break up with Sammy, but Arnold went rogue. EJ and Stefano had Arnold stabbed in a holding cell to prevent him from testifying about their role in his nefarious activities but spared his life in case he could come in handy someday. In the DiMera mansion, a gobsmacked EJ glares at Rafe's doppelganger, Arnold, who drinks brown liquor from a crystal glass. "Here I am, EJ," Arnold glibly says. "At your service." EJ doesn't want him there. Rolf's drug made him appear dead, and dead he must be. In flashback, an inmate calls for a guard regarding a stabbed Arnold. The guard can't find a pulse and leaves to call the warden. Arnold's eyes open. The inmate tells him he'll be shipped out of there courtesy of EJ DiMera. The real Rafe meets Steve at the pub. Steve commends him for finding Hattie, which the cops couldn't do. Rafe is pleased that Steve is happy over his first successful Black Patch job, but his fiancée is not. Fearing it will continue creating problems between him and Jada, Rafe wonders if working for Black Patch is a good idea. Steve reminds Rafe that he needs a job, and Steve needs him. Rafe won't leave him in a lurch with John off on a big mission. Plus, he loves the job. "I'm gonna stay." EJ smiles and Johnny stares in confusion at Arnold in the DiMera mansion. When Jada comes home to Rafe, they both apologize for the Hattie situation. They agree to figure things out together and profess their love. Johnny enters the DiMera living room, wondering what Rafe is doing there. EJ lies about hiring Rafe for pending cases he can't talk about. As Rafe playfully pokes at EJ, Johnny calls them getting along a Christmas miracle and leaves. EJ furiously tells Arnold he'll give him one more payment, and then he needs to go back to Argentina and never return. Arnold counters that EJ will come around to see how useful he can be. He has a mind of his own and will not be pushed around. He pours another drink and makes himself comfortable. "I think I'm going to stick around for a while." The latest twists and turns in Salem have left viewers of Days of Our Lives on the edge of their seats. From Stephanie's romantic entanglements to EJ's unsettling reunion with Rafe's doppelganger, the drama continues to escalate as old wounds are reopened, secrets resurface, and alliances are tested. Stephanie's love triangle heats up. Stephanie's arrival at her parents' house with Christmas presents seemed like a simple holiday gesture, but it quickly became the setting for a heartfelt conversation with Kayla. Still reeling from Alex's fling with Joy, Stephanie struggled to reconcile her emotions. While she'd kissed Philip recently, she was adamant with Kayla that it didn't signify a rekindling of their relationship. Kayla, ever the concerned mother, reminded Stephanie of the dangerous history she shared with Philip, particularly during the Kiriaki/DiMera feud that had once put her life in jeopardy. Stephanie's assurance that she'd learned from the past offered little comfort to her mother. Later, an unexpected encounter in the town square brought more tension. Alex's terse congratulation to Philip on his new role at Titan quickly devolved into a passive-aggressive exchange. When Philip revealed that he and Stephanie had shared a kiss, Alex's attempt to mask his jealousy was evident. Though Alex insisted he was fine with Stephanie seeing Philip, his controlled disdain suggested otherwise. The rivalry between the Kiriakis' cousins was far from over, especially with Stephanie caught in the middle. Stephanie's arrival during the cousins' confrontation diffused the situation momentarily, but Philip seized the opportunity to apologize to her for being so forward. Her playful acknowledgement that she'd kissed him back seemed to embolden Philip, who proposed a New Year's Eve date. Stephanie's acceptance hinted that she might be ready to explore a new chapter with Philip, leaving Alex to grapple with his own feelings. Paulina's persistence and Jada's dilemma. In another corner of Salem, Paulina's visit to Jada's office brought a mix of praise and pressure. While Paulina commended Jada for bringing in Hattie, she couldn't resist meddling in her fiancé Rafe's career. Paulina's suggestion to offer Rafe more money to rejoin the police force was met with resistance. Jada reminded her that Rafe's departure wasn't about finances but a personal choice he seemed to embrace. Paulina's persistence underscored her desire to control the situation, particularly with the lingering mystery of the poisoned cupcakes hanging over their heads. Jada's commitment to solving the case without interfering in Rafe's career added another layer of complexity to her already challenging position. EJ faces Arnold's return. Perhaps the most shocking development came when EJ's peace at the DiMera mansion was shattered by the unexpected arrival of Arnold Feniger, Rafe's doppelganger. The casually dressed imposter, complete with dog tags, made himself at home as he poured a drink and brazenly announced his presence. EJ's initial outrage gave way to a tense confrontation as Arnold reminded him of their dark past. Years ago, EJ and Stefano had orchestrated a scheme to use Arnold to impersonate Rafe and sabotage Sammy's life. When Arnold went rogue, they arranged for his demise in a holding cell, or so they thought. Arnold's survival, courtesy of Rolf's drug, now posed a new threat to EJ's carefully managed empire. In flashbacks, viewers were reminded of the chilling moments leading up to Arnold's supposed death. His sudden revival and subsequent extraction from prison were orchestrated by EJ's resources, but his return to Salem was far from welcome. Despite EJ's demands for Arnold to disappear once more, the imposter's defiance was evident. He refused to be cast aside, asserting his value to EJ's operations. Arnold's smirk and self-assured demeanor hinted at ulterior motives that could spell trouble for EJ and the DiMera family. Rafe's new path and Jada's reassurance. Meanwhile, the real Rafe found a moment of camaraderie with Steve at the Brady pub. Their discussion about Rafe's first successful case with Black Patch highlighted his newfound passion for private investigations. However, Rafe's concerns about the strain his new job placed on his relationship with Jada loomed large. Steve's encouragement and reminder that he needed Rafe's skills seemed to solidify his decision to stay with Black Patch, even as doubts lingered. Back at home, Rafe and Jada shared a heartfelt reconciliation. Both apologized for their earlier tensions regarding the Hattie case and reaffirmed their commitment to navigating challenges together. Their mutual declarations of love provided a moment of solace amid the chaos of their lives. Johnny's intrusion and Arnold's defiance. The situation at the DiMera mansion took another turn when Johnny walked in on EJ and Arnold. EJ's quick lie about hiring Rafe for confidential cases seemed to satisfy Johnny, who remarked on the apparent harmony between the two men as a Christmas miracle. Once Johnny left, however, EJ's frustration boiled over. Arnold's refusal to leave and his veiled threats about sticking around promised more turmoil for EJ, whose control over the situation seemed to be slipping. A New Year's Eve to remember. As Salem residents prepared for the upcoming New Year's Eve celebrations, the stage was set for confrontations, revelations, and potential heartbreak. Stephanie's date with Philip could ignite Alex's jealousy, while Arnold's presence threatened to expose long-buried secrets. Rafe and Jada's relationship faced new tests, and Paulina's determination to solve the cupcake mystery added to the mounting tension. In true Days of Our Lives fashion, the intertwining storylines promised to deliver explosive drama as the clock ticked toward midnight. Whether love would triumph, secrets would unravel, or alliances would crumble remained to be seen, but one thing was certain: Salem's residents were in for a night they'd never forget.